Good?
Delicious. Not the usual Cory, watercress, and cucumber. It's certainly better than jail food.
So, when does the guard come by to check up on you?
Every couple of hours. You realize they have 6 guys on work release on this project?
Yeah. It's weird, you know, we sit here having a picnic and I almost forget.
I don't. Well, maybe briefly. It's funny, you know, I'll be working away, not really thinking of anything. Sometimes even feeling happy. Why shouldn't I be? I have a job. I have 3 meals a day. I have a beautiful woman in my life. And it hits me.
What?
That I won't be going home to her. Somebody in a uniform is going to come and pick me up and take me back and put me behind those bars again.
Ian.
I know. I'm a lucky dog. I'm a lucky dog just to be able to get out during the day.
I wasn't going to say that. I was thinking back when we were down here at the docks before, feeling kind of responsible.
You shouldn't blame yourself for that.
Ian, if I hadn't double-crossed you that night, you'd gotten away scot-free and not spent a day in jail.
And I wouldn't have found out the secret to my father's research. Do you remember us talking about destiny?
You can't be thinking that you were destined to go to jail.
No, maybe this is the price I have to pay for being so single-minded.
Well, it's only temporary. You have to hold on to that. Look, here, I want to show you something. On my calendar, carry it with me, always. Everywhere I go. Here. See that date with a red star? That's the day you finish your work release program. You'll be totally free.
Then what?
Then you can do anything you want. Start a whole new life.
I feel another offer of the D&M loft coming up.
No way. I am not making any plans for your future. I learned my lesson there.
Some future. I'll be an unemployed ex-con.
Well, we'll leave the prison record off your resume.
Do I need a resume for a lawnmower and for planting shrubs?
You're also an expert on the rainforest and natural healing.
I'll become a medicine man.
I'd let you take care of me.
I'm not too sure your insurance company would be happy with that.
Ian, the point is you have all kinds of untapped potential. You're great looking, sexy, smart, charming, and personable. You could have any career you want.
Like what?
Like, say, sales.
Sales?
Yes! You'd be a natural. Who could resist your sales pitch?
Lady, I'd like to sell you a kiss.
Sorry, not interested.
Well, there goes my sales career, doesn't it?
I wanted to see your hard sell.
My hard sell? This kiss comes guaranteed. Satisfaction or your money back?
I'm so glad you're
Have they
all
performed
right.
the necessary tests to make sure this baby is all right?
Look, why don't you just let me worry about the
Somebody
baby,
has to be
all right?
concerned about the
All right,
status.
calm down,
anything.
calm down.
If Vicky continues to be upset, then that's not going to help the baby, now is it?
Fine. I'll just go to find Dr. Ziv.
That won't be necessary. Victoria, I'm glad to see you rejoined us.
Come on, Grant, let's wait
We need
outside.
to check the status of my wife's pregnancy as soon as possible.
I've already ordered the tests. Now can I examine my patient?
If you don't mind, I'd like my mother to stay here with me, please.
As soon as you know any news of the baby, please let me know.
Yes, Victoria will be the first to know. Now, may I have some privacy?
Grant, let's go. Listen, Grant, I'm sure you've got an awful lot of important things, so you don't have to wait around here anymore.
Ryan, nothing is more important to me than the life of my child.
Yeah, well, we certainly don't need you here attacking everyone.
I'm not going on an attack, Ryan. As a matter of fact, I want to thank you.
Why did you run off like that last night?
I couldn't handle it. I was scared. I thought that you and Frankie were turning against me.
What on earth would give you that idea?
The way you both defended Felicia's motives for coming over last night? I figured at that point water was thicker than blood. If I couldn't count on my own brother being on my side, what's the use, Cass?
Felicia being there last night meant a great deal to me. But I have to confess that I wondered the same thing myself. But would I be here if I didn't care about you, if I wasn't on your damn side?
No, again, I see that. I see that now. It's okay, I get it. And I know what it cost you to grill Felicia over the coals like you did today. I know.
Just don't run away again, you understand me?
Deal. Deal.
What made you change your mind anyway? Why did you come back?
I realized that going away, well, everyone would remember me as a rapist. And the only way of getting them to believe me is showing the jury the truth.
Well, before you get to testifying in your own defense, a lot of people are going to take shots at your character. I hope you're wearing your flight jacket.
I'll be okay, I can handle it.
Prosecution is about to put your reputation on a spit and turn up the fire.
Thank God I've got the best attorney in town.
Kid, there's something I haven't had a chance to tell you yet. The DA has some new evidence that could really hurt us.
Court will reconvene.
Here we go. Come on. You want to thank me, Grant? No, I don't think so.
Damn it, Ryan. I am trying to do the right thing
Yeah, well,
here.
it's a little late for that, Grant. What, do you think you can walk into everybody's lives, wreak havoc, and then just say thanks for understanding?
I guess I never expected you to be on my side, which is what makes what you did even more astounding.
Okay, Grant, I'll bite. What did I do that so astounded you?
You told me the truth, Ryan.
About Vicky's baby.
I will always appreciate the chance you gave me.
What, a chance to file a lawsuit? A chance to slap a restraining order on Vicky?
Ryan, you gave me the opportunity to speak on behalf of my child. You gave me the chance to be a father.
Right, well, that's an opportunity that I will always live to regret.
I'm not sure I would have done the same thing had I been in your shoes. I know I wouldn't have. I guess that's the difference between us.
No. There's a lot of other differences between us, Grant. You see, one of the differences is that you'll always put your own self-interests above those that you care about. That's why your marriage failed, and that's why you would have made an awful father.
That is unfair and untrue.
No, I don't think so. What I said about you earlier, I was wrong. Vicky knew you. She knew that you would manipulate the entire situation. She knew that she couldn't trust you. She knew that you would try and take that baby from her.
Dr. Ziff has to wait for the results of the test before we know anything about the baby. Now, don't you think it would be in the best interest of Victoria if you could call a truce and stop fighting?
Yeah, sure. Just keep this man away from me.
What's going on now?
Oh, nothing. Just an extraordinary display of arrogance and self-righteousness. Courtesy of my half-brother.
No message. I'll track him down myself, thank you.
Would you stop trying to find Grant? Jake has just fired me.
Relax, Iris. Jake can't make a unilateral decision without my approval.
Oh, you're right.
Right, so I've still got my job and my seat on the board.
After this cover story on Jerk McKinnon, you deserve a big fat raise.
I promise you won't say anything about you know what.
No, it'll be our little secret.
Glad you guys think this is funny. I just talked to distribution. They've already shipped this issue of Brava.
Well, welcome to your 15 minutes of fame, Jake. Or should I say jerk? Well, sorry I can't stay to referee, but I have a very busy afternoon.
What are you talking about, Amanda? You can't leave in the middle of a crisis.
This is your crisis, Jake, not mine.
Amanda, stop. I need you.
Jake, I don't blame Amanda for walking out on you.
Shouldn't you be job hunting, Iris? I believe I just gave you your pink slip.
Amanda just rehired me.
What? She had no right.
And you had no right to fire me in the first place. You might have been able to push Rachel out, but you're not getting rid of me.
Let me tell you something. I know what you're doing. You're trying to undermine my leadership. You'd like to see me crash and burn with Amanda so you can take over the whole enchilada.
That's nonsense.
Matter of fact, you tried to take over Cory once before. Didn't you and your father have a little falling out right before he died when you tried to muscle in on his empire?
You're a little snake.
Yeah, is that right? Let me tell you something, Iris. It didn't work then, and it's not going to work now because you are a loser.
You'll see who the loser is when you become the laughingstock of the publishing world.
Right? Well, don't count me out because I'm going to take Cory farther than you, Rachel, or your father.
If you don't destroy it in the first place.
Along with her statement, were the standard police photographs taken of the victim?
Yes.
Your Honor, I ask that these photographs be entered into evidence.
Mr. Winthrop?
Yes, defense has no objection, Your Honor.
Bailiff, please show this evidence to the jury.
Ladies and gentlemen, please note the severe bruises on the victim's inner arms. Detective Wager, did Ms. Devon give you a detailed description of her attacker?
Yes, in fact, I was impressed with how specific her memory was of the man who molested her.
And does the defendant, Morgan Winthrop, meet her description?
Yes, he does.
Objection calls for a conclusion by the witness.
I'll reword the question. Is the man that you arrested as a result of the description the victim gave you and your investigation in this courtroom?
Yes, he is the defendant, Morgan Winthrop.
Thank you, Detective. No further questions.
Mr. Winthrop, will you cross-examine?
We have no questions at this time, Your Honor, but we reserve the right to recall the witness later.
Agreed. You may stand down, Detective Wager. And thank you. Miss Kramer?
Prosecution calls Victor Rodriguez.
Why didn't you cross-examine that cop?
Because there was nothing in her testimony to refute.
Truth and nothing
Has Rodriguez got the new evidence you're so worried about?
I'm afraid so.
Grant, hi.
Amanda, what are you doing here?
I tracked you down. I wanted to make sure you were okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. Victoria's fine. We're not sure the baby will make it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Listen, I've heard some rumors about you circulating among the press, and I hope they're not true.
What have you heard?
You got a court order enjoining Vicky from terminating her pregnancy?
Yeah, you heard right.
Grant, what were you thinking?
What? I was exercising my legal right as a father.
What about your career in the Senate? Every woman who's been through a bitter divorce is going to want to run you out of office.
I'm not really concerned about that. This is all a matter of principle here.
Well, that's great. You know, I can just see the editorials now. They're going to peg you as paternalistic, politically
Amanda,
incorrect,
I was
whatever,
counting
name
on
it.
you to help me change the perception of the media here.
Well, I doubt even Lorna Devon and her PR machine will be able to spin themselves out of this one.
Well, I hope that you will consult with Lorna on this one.
I wouldn't even know how to begin to defend you. I mean, you can't exactly run on a family values platform here,
Amanda,
Grant.
this is the only family I have left. I fail to see the liability in wanting to nurture my own child, in wanting to give it love and security.
By taking a baby away from its mother?
I stopped her from having an abortion. I don't give a damn about the political ramifications, not when the well-being of my child is at stake.
Don't you care at all about Vicky? How's Vicky?
Resting comfortably.
And what about the baby?
Victoria is no longer in danger of miscarrying. Her pregnancy should proceed normally.
Thank God.
Do you enjoy making me lose my beauty sleep?
As long as I get mine.
I have spent way too much time in the hospital this year.
Yes, you have.
I must be looking just stunning. Anyway, at least well rested.
Yes, rested. And I'm going to take away your insurance card unless you promise me to stay out of the hospital for the next 50 years, at least.
I'm afraid I can't do that. Because I'm not going to have this baby at home. So anyway, does that mean am I exempt for giving birth?
Yes, yes, yes. Well, I guess things worked out for the best after all.
Yeah. Let's just hope Ryan thinks so.
I hate to stop your sales pitch, but I should go.
Why?
I don't want to get you in trouble, and I don't want you spending even one extra day in jail.
That's true. It would give me less time for this.
You don't make it easy, do you?
Okay.
Okay,
you should go.
okay.
I gotta clean this place up before the foreman and the rest of the workers get back from lunch anyway.
Do you need a hand?
Actually, I think I'll be right. Thank you.
Ian, think fast.
Oh, whoa!
What the heck was that?
I don't know.
Wow.
Looks like somebody's throwing out their kitchen utensils and stuff.
What else is in there?
There's a book there.
Gulliver's Travels. I guess somebody's throwing out all their old stuff.
I don't think so. Look. Somebody actually lives here.
Mr. Rodriguez, could you please describe what you saw that night at Sassy's when Miss Devon met the defendant and his friend?
The two guys came into the bar looking for a good time, drinking, cruising. You could tell by the way they were eyeing all the women they were looking to score.
Objection.
Sustained.
Could you please describe the events that took place after Miss Devon approached the defendant and his friend?
They started buying her drinks. Then after a while, the defendant, Morgan Winthrop, started coming on to her.
Coming on to her in what way?
Kissing her, touching her, doing what I considered to be rather rude sexual advances.
That's not what happened at all. That's
Quiet.
I took Lorna outside and I tried to talk to her. I told her that she didn't have to let this guy come on to her to prove a point.
And what was her response?
She got angry. She went back into the bar and had another drink, and after a while, asked the defendant and his friend to take her home.
Approximately what time did they leave?
8 o'clock, maybe a few minutes after.
Mr. Rodriguez, did you feel at this time that the victim planned to sleep with the defendant?
No.
Why not?
Oh, if she wanted to go to bed with him, she wouldn't have asked his friend to tag along.
Objection.
Sustained. Miss Kramer, I suggest you pursue another line of questioning.
Mr. Rodriguez, did you have a confrontation with the defendant, Morgan Winthrop, at Sassy's a few weeks after Lorna Devon was raped?
Objection, Your Honor. I fail to see the relevance
Where
of
are you
this line of
going with
questioning.
this, Miss Kramer?
The prosecution will prove that the defendant has a great deal of physical strength. Enough strength to hold Miss Devon down, though she fought strenuously to push him off.
As long as the testimony has bearing on the events in the case, you may continue. But don't cross the line.
Mr. Rodriguez, when you saw Morgan Winthrop at Sassy's recently, did the two of you have an altercation?
Yes.
Did it become physical?
Yeah, a few punches were thrown.
Tell us what happened.
Well, when push came to shove, we went at it. Now, I have to tell you that I grew up in a tough neighborhood and have had my share of fights. I mean, I can handle myself. But he had me pinned in some kind of hold that was tough to break.
Can you describe this hold?
Yeah, he grabbed me here, on both arms. On the floor, he held me down with quite a bit of force.
You were totally immobilized?
I hate to admit it, but he had me down, and I am no 90-pound weakling.
After your fight with Morgan Winthrop, did you notice any bruises on your arms?
Yeah, really bad ones from where he had grabbed me.
And as requested from the district attorney's office, did you have the police photograph these injuries?
Yes, I did.
Your Honor, I ask permission to enter into evidence the photos Mr. Rodriguez had taken of his bruised arms.
Defense objects vigorously, Your Honor.
Overruled. Bailiff, if you please. The jury will examine the evidence.
Ladies and gentlemen, please note that the bruises on Lorna Devon's arms closely resemble those bruises Mr. Rodriguez suffered at the hands of Morgan Winter.
That lousy son of a...
I told you Friday it was a mistake.
My mistake was not finishing him off.